What's up, everybody? Hope you're all having a great day, an exciting one. This weekend is 4th of July, so we got here on Saturday. Tomorrow's 4th of July, and it's going to be epic, and we already have a ton of you guys joining in today. We have something that we have to discuss, and it's the 40-year mortgages. It's the new 40-year mortgages that are popping up by Ginnie Mae and how they're proposing they want to do it, and how this might affect or not affect the housing market. And I'm going to give you my perspective on it now. Guys, you got to keep in mind a couple of things. I'm diving right into it, by the way. Number one thing is that as an investor myself, if I can get a 40-year loan, I'm going to be excited. Now, I'm not saying that I can get it right now because 40-year loans are looking not for just the general public. It's for those who are needing it from the pandemic, who are falling behind on payments for loan mods. But I'm just giving you guys an idea in the beginning that if this actually hits to the general markets, things are going to get interesting. I'm also going to let you know that these 40-year mods, these 40-year mortgages make sense to go to the general public because of inflation, to be able to make affordability more for houses. It's going to get a little bit crazy, guys, but in this video, that's what we're going to be talking about. So what's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing great. I miss you guys. I hope everybody's hustling out there, making money, making moves. And the housing market's been wild. It's still wild, but things are taking for a turn, and you'll understand what I mean very shortly. We got Jason Walter in the house saying, what's up? What's going on? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're also having a great weekend. What's going on, Caitlin? What's going on, Jesse? Doc says, how could they be coming when they existed in '07? We'll be talking about that. Don't worry, and don't take everything so literal, please. All right? Now, guys, if you're watching this video and you're getting any value, please hit that like button because I'm going to be jumping and throwing and giving you guys a ton of content right now and a ton of value, hopefully. And also, look at this. Boom. Join our Discord. The link is in the description. Join it. It's for free. There's no charge, and we talk daily about real estate, money, and business. You gotta jump in there. I'm soon gonna do giveaways. I'm soon gonna do private calls to the Discord group only every single week, where I go private with you guys for about 30 minutes to an hour to just talk real estate and business, not on YouTube, privately. So you don't want to miss out on that. Anyways, guys, we're diving right in. So if you guys have questions or ideas or thoughts or anything, I want you to comment it below because I'm going to be answering them. I'm going to be giving you my perspective. And on top of that, we're going to understand this a little bit more on this 40-year mortgage because that's interesting. Right now, we got 30-year mortgages, and it's getting kind of crazy on what's happening and what the government's trying to do. All right. Okay. So here's the thing. As we start talking about this topic, we're going to have a ton of you guys asking questions, throwing questions, and I'm going to answer that. But let me talk about the topic itself, and then I'll start getting into that for you guys. So don't think that I'm not answering your questions. I will, but just bear with me a little bit until I finish my whole spiel, right? And also, I'm going to share with you guys my screen, and I'm going to show you some basic math on what this is going to do if a 40-year versus a 30-year happens, and how it's going to help so much with the markets and so much with what's going on. All right, guys, so we have Ginnie Mae, who is basically a U.S. government corporation, and they're with the Department of Housing and Urban Development. So they're a U.S. corporation, a U.S. government corporation, and it's not like a private firm or something. This is a very big firm. This is a very big corporation, and they're proposing a 40-year mortgage. Now, we all know that the traditional is 30 years. Now, this 40 years is not for you and not for me and not for just anybody. It's for those who are affected by the pandemic, who requested forbearance, who are now finished with their 12-month, their 18-month forbearance, and then they go back to their servicer and say, hey, how are we going to pay this? What are we going to do? What's the solution? And the proposal is to do a loan modification, because sometimes when you can't figure out what to do, you're behind on payments, you're having issues, you do a loan modification. Is basically revamping your loan, restructuring it, resetting it up again, extending it. And the proposal is to make it into a 40-year mortgage to help you every single month with reducing your monthly payments, okay? So this is what's being proposed, and this is what's wanting to happen. So for all of us, including myself, we're talking about a foreclosure crisis, talking about a housing crash, right? This is why I always said in every single video, when you ask me, when is the crash going to happen? Is the crash going to happen? Etc., etc. I always share with you and say, so long the governments keep on delaying, keep on helping, keep on assisting, so long this keeps on happening, that means that we're not going to see any crash, any crisis, any of that stuff. Because as long as they keep delaying and delaying and delaying, which is what this is, we're not going to see any of those crashes happening, because this is exactly why they're doing this. They're doing a 40-year loan mod because they don't want the markets to flood. They don't want millions to lose their houses. They don't want foreclosures to start happening. They don't want everyone listing their house on the market and just trying to opt out and selling it quick for dirt cheap just to survive. Now, keep in mind, I did read that there are people who take the loan mods, they're not going to be able to sell their house, and there's going to be like some restrictions on that. If you know a little bit more about those restrictions and such, comment it below. I'd love to hear that so we can talk also about that. Now, if you have a VA loan, a USDA loan, and an FHA loan, you would qualify for this 40-year loan mod, where you can get the 40-year mortgage. It's not just for everybody. It's FHA, USDA, and VA loans specifically, okay? And what you're going to do, you're going to reach out to your servicer, you're going to chat with them, you're going to say, hey, look, I'm struggling, I'm having issues, I can't keep on making my payments, I already requested forbearance, and now I'm at the end of my forbearance, what can I do? And they could propose to you, and probably will now propose to you, a 40-year mortgage. I do know people who actually already got it. So it's interesting that it's proposed, it's happening, some are doing it already, etc. So it's interesting, and I want you guys to comment below your thoughts on what you've read, what you've seen, what you think is going on, and what your thoughts are with this 40-year and where it's kind of heading. And most importantly, if you're getting any value, guys, I do want you to hit that like button. It's for free. It pushes this video so other people can see it. So please hit that like button if you're getting any value, and let's keep continuing. Now, just so you guys know, this loan modification or this 40-year mortgage is not going to be for a typical person who wants to buy a house or sell a house. Well, if you're selling a house, you're actually going to be the other side buying a house. So if you're buying a house, you can't just go and tell the bank, hey, I want a 40-year loan. It's not for that. But my thoughts, this is just me throwing out a theory. I'm not saying anything other than that. But listen to this. What if this 40-year loan modification is done, people are enjoying it, people are benefiting from it, and it actually hits the general public? What if this is an entry point and then a huge market opens up from it? What if the affordability of housing became so tough and not so affordable anymore that the 40-year mortgage actually starts to make sense for the new generations? Because buying a $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 home on a 30-year note is not enough time and is very expensive every single month. What if this 40-year loan becomes the norm, and this is what you start to be able to get when you're looking for traditional financing, when you're looking for the bank who is going to approve you, who's going to finance for you? What if the option is now 40 years? So my thoughts are, yes, it's starting as for helping those who need loan modifications, but I, for some reason, feel this is also a hedge against inflation. This is also going to help with the affordability of housing. And this may, no guarantees, just may, become for the general public and become something that's famously done just like the 30-year terms. The reason is house prices have become so expensive. Many can't afford right now. If you get a 40-year loan, 10 more years, it's going to minimize the monthly payments. It's going to make them affordable for you. The reason is inflation is skyrocketing, which is making asset prices skyrocket. That is why house prices are also going high. And therefore, if you have the 40-year loan, it's now going to be able to offset with the inflation. Now, what the feds do is they keep the interest rates low to offset with inflation. And then when they want to cool the market, they raise the interest rates. What's a better way, rather than having to lower the interest rates even more? Because right now, 3%, 3.5%, it's still unaffordable to buy a house. What do they got to do? Take it to 2%, 1%? Impossible. So what if they're wanting to do this to hedge against it and make a 40-year term, instead of having to lower the rates from 3%, 3.5% to 2 or 1%, they keep it at 3%, 3.5%, but then they give you an extra 10 years. What if you can now buy investments with a 40-year loan? I right now would love if I can get myself a 40-year loan. You're going to get yourself more cash flow. You're going to be able to have your asset paid off within 40 years, which is not a problem because you're already having the tenants pay it off. You're going to be able to have more longevity, cheaper monthly payments, more affordability, all of that. I would love that. I would love to extend all my loans if I could on any investments or on any property that I have. So what if this may be that opportunity? Now, keep in mind, guys, you want to be ahead of the game. So if a 40-year loan actually comes out and it can be done for investments, and if commercial real estate becomes from 20, 25-year terms to 30, 35-year terms, what if this stuff happens, you're ahead of the game and you catch on quick? You will be able to grab steal deals, because let me tell you something. When the market understands and catches now a 40-year term is accepted, they're going to also understand that they can raise their property price because it's going to offset with the monthly payment. But if you're first to the market and somebody's listing their property online and you went to them and they haven't heard about the 40-year term or haven't heard about what's happening with the markets on these new loans, you can secure it so quick with a 40-year term and get it for that steal price, because they're going to be marketing it as if you're only getting a 30-year term. You guys kind of with me? Listen to this. Actually, look at this. I'm going to show you guys something real quick. I'm going to screen record right here and pop. There you go. I got myself open a mortgage calculator, and the mortgage amount that I have right here is $500,000. What's that right here? There you go, $500,000. Interest rate, let's keep it at 3%. The mortgage period is at 30 years. Monthly payment is $2,108. Now, I was on this calculator maybe a month ago, and I'm gonna have to tell you, I do not recall seeing a 40 right here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do not remember seeing 40. It was only a 30-year period. They never offered it or showed 40. Now they have 40. That's kind of interesting. So this same $500,000 house at a 3% interest rate on a 30-year mortgage is $2,100, $2,108. Now you got property taxes, insurance, PMI, all that is still left. That's added to your cost. You're looking at probably a monthly payment of $3,000, $3,500, depending what city you're in, depending your taxes and all that stuff. But I'm talking basically, because I'm in Dallas, Texas, I'm going to estimate around those numbers. What if we took this 30-year and we popped it to a 40-year? You now have a monthly payment of $1,790. Now, your monthly was $2,108 on a 30-year. Now it's $1,790 on a 40-year. Somebody who's watching this, do the math for me and then comment it below, please. What's $2,108 minus $1,790? Comment down that amount below. That's going to be how much you save every single month if you switched it to a 40-year, and then times that by 12. That's how much you're going to save every single year. And now let's look at this. Let's do a 30-year on a $300,000 house. Boom. $1,265. Okay? So $300,000 house on a 3% interest rate on a 30-year loan is going to be $1,265. We're going to switch it to a 40-year. Watch this. $1,074. The difference, do $1,265 minus $1,074. That's how much you save every month. And then do that by 12. That's how much you save every single year. Makes it more affordable. Helps out a ton. And that's exactly the goal of why they're doing these 40-year mortgages, guys. This is why they're trying to do what they do, so they can help out. So for everybody who's wondering about this stuff and wondering about the 40-year mortgage and the loan mod for it, this is kind of the details of it and why it's being proposed and why it's being done. So it's a lot of opportunity for those who are in forbearance, who are struggling. This will help them. But to top it all off, I personally believe that the 40-year mortgage will then become for the general public. Investors can start buying properties with a 40-year. You can start buying it for your personal home. And then it'll also probably adjust the commercial real estate loans from a 20, 25-year loan to a 30, 35-year loan. I don't know. This, guys, is so clear that they're trying to have a foreclosure crisis not happening. They're trying to have a flood in the housing market, not happening. They are doing everything that they can possibly do to be able to not have a crash happen in the housing market. It's black and white. Guys, we got 33 likes. I appreciate those who clicked it. We got over 150 people on this live stream. All I'm asking is that every one of you hit the like button. Get that like button up to 75 likes. We got 33 right now. Let's click it. Hit 75. We only need 35 or something more people. We have 150 people, so I think we can do it. Smash that like button. I would really appreciate it, guys. Y'all are awesome. Now, I finished my spiel. I finished telling you guys about the 40-year mortgage. I finished telling you guys about my thoughts, about the opportunity that's going to come for us as investors, home buyers, and for those who are struggling right now through the pandemic and trying to make their monthly payments. That 40-year mortgage is an opportunity. I'm going to jump in right now into your comments and let me see what you guys are looking at and what you guys are saying. Now, a lot of people are saying 40 years, you'll be dead by then, and who cares, and blah, 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 blah. That doesn't matter. If you're an investor, you never really care to pay off your house, number one. If you're a homeowner and you want to own your house, even if you paid off your home, you're still in debt to property taxes, to insurance, to maintenance. You're really never out of it. But why does it matter if you can get a 30-year loan or a 40-year loan? If you're going to be dead in 40 years, you'll still be dead in 30 years. It's the same length almost. 10 years more is not that significant. And also, no one's forcing you to take the 40 years. And also, you could take the 40 years but pay it off as quick as a 30-year. But it still gives you that monthly comfort of it's a lot cheaper if you wanted to take it. And that's my thoughts on it, guys. Doc D says the 40-year existed in 08 and it didn't prevent anything. So Doc D, you seem like you got experience in 06, 07, 08, 09. Give us a little bit about how was the 40-year in 2008 in that market? How was it happening? What were they using it for? And why did it not become a general thing for everybody to be able to use? And what was it strictly made for? If you can elaborate on that. Just a Realtor, I'm going to say this real fast. His name is Just a Realtor. He said, I failed my real estate exam. What do you suggest to do next? Going to do prep exams. Just a Realtor, I failed it, I think 5-6 times. Keep on trying. Study harder. You'll be good. You'll get through it. Nothing to be demotivated for. Don't worry about it. A 40-year loan is cheaper monthly payment, yes. And yes, it is more interest involved because you're paying 10 more years on interest. And it's a win-win for the banks because the banks usually make their money the first 15 years on a 30-year. So if you do a 40-year, they're going to now make their money the first 20 years. So they're winning no matter what. They give you it on the back end when you're basically about to die. So I think that it's a win for them to even do a 40-year. If you have a 30-year loan, would it add 10 years or is it an additional 40 years? It'll add 10 years to it. It wouldn't be 70 years. It'll just add 10 years to it if you took it. Stacy Ruiz came in late to the video. It's okay. Ask whatever questions you have. We're still chatting and making conversations, so no worries. So RM says, I'm hearing a 40-year mortgage coming at the same rate as 30 years. Guys, I'm also hearing that. I'm seeing that their interest rates are going to be very similar, if not the same. So I'm also hearing that. Nothing is confirmed yet, and it'll depend lender to lender. The 40-year is somewhat confirmed because I already know some people who are getting it. So I know that some people are saying that it's not confirmed yet or it is confirmed. Some people are already getting it actually, and it's not something new based off of what Doc D is also saying. So that's interesting. Yeah, it's crazy. I think that we got house prices that are not affordable anymore. This 40-year loan is going to be able to make house prices affordable. But like I said, it's not for the general public. It's just for those struggling and having to do a loan modification. So this will not apply to everybody maybe just yet, but it could end up applying to everybody very soon. Who knows? We're just going to have to be patient and see how this comes out. Just a Realtor says, what's better, 40-year or a 30-year mortgage for an investment property? I'm 19, going to buy property in 3 years, hopefully. Me all day, I'll take a 40-year mortgage over a 30-year mortgage for an investment property because every month it'll let me cash flow more money. If I'm saving $200, $300 a month on the mortgage because I got a 40-year, that's $200, $300 in my pocket. The equity in the property is a lot less, but if you care about today versus later and you don't mind having the tenants pay your mortgage, then that's okay. Others want to pay it off quicker. I know some investors that get 15-year loans and they just want to pay it fast. Can I sell my mortgage as an assumable VA loan, get cash for my home equity, and the buyer keep my 2.35% rate? That is a steal, but I don't believe you can assume VA loans or maybe any government loan. I don't know if it's assumable. It depends on how you have it structured, because you can't assume a rate, you can't assume a loan, you can't assume these things because credit is involved with it, the history, the qualifications, the buyer has to do all of that. If it's an owner finance deal, you can do assumables all day. I've done them and do them. But if it's a VA loan specific, I don't believe you can assume it. Somebody, if you know, please confirm that. Ultimate Bargain says Fannie and Freddie must publish their approval of 40-year before it becomes a thing. Let me ask you this. Do you think they're going to approve it? Do you think there's more upside or more downside? What's y'all's thoughts on that? Yeah, they make people pay monthly mortgage insurance, which is as expensive as mortgage payments. Man, some people are paying $200, $300, $400 in private mortgage insurance. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Guys, we got 150 plus people on this live. I wanted to stop and say thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Thank you for subscribing. We got 60 likes. I appreciate that a ton. I'm trying to get those likes to 75 likes. So if we can get just one person from every one of you to hit the like button, it's going to get it up. I would really appreciate that. Guys, I do real estate every single day, 24/7, 365. Sometimes I'm late on my uploads. Sometimes I'm late on making content. Sometimes I'm unable to upload content. And I appreciate those who stand by, support, and stick around, because it's not me doing it on purpose. It's because my full-time business is real estate. It's been hectic. I've closed on 2 properties for myself. Last week, actually last week I closed on it. And then 3 weeks ago, I closed on another one. They're very big developments. I'm working on rezoning. I'm working on getting construction through it. It's a process. And then I'm also doing my real estate agent business, which is helping my clients, helping deals that I'm working. So it's tough also working through YouTube. So for all of you supporting, I really appreciate that, guys. Y'all are awesome. If you guys ever need anything, make sure that you come and join the Discord channel. It's for free. We talk about real estate, money, and business. If you want me to respond to a specific question, just at me. I'll get a notification. I'll come check it out, and I'll answer you daily. It's not like you got to wait or you got to put a comment or something. And most importantly, guys, if you guys ever need any help with anything, I'm here for you. This is why I go live. This is why I do what I do. Much love to all of you guys. Be safe. Stay hungry. And let's see what happens with this 40-year mortgages. It's going to be interesting, and I wonder if it's going to be official and if it's going to keep on happening to the general public, or if it's going to stay only for loan mods. Anyways, guys, God bless. Be safe. Keep on grinding, and I'll see you all later. I'm out.